All right, everybody, light up those pumpkins because we are live. Here we go. Let's see who else is awake out there tonight. Happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. Welcome to this week's live show, broadcasting from Halloween Daily News headquarters here in Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina on the Outer Banks. Hope everybody's doing well. If you're new here, welcome to our weekly live conversation all about the Halloween movie franchise and all things related to that franchise. And to all my returning friends, welcome back, guys. Happy Michael Myers Monday. I see a lot of familiar names already in the chat room tonight. There's Chad and Sammy and Ken's here and Phil, of course. And it's great to see all you guys. There's Ryan Korn checking in. Awesome. Fazbear, of course, is here. I see the Creep has checked in, lit his pumpkin tonight. Patrick's here. Great to see all you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the comment about the shirt, Phil. I appreciate it, of course. Yep, this is one of my favorites, the Jaws takeoff. So here we are. We are live. It is Michael Myers Monday. And again, if you're new here, my name is Matt Arts. I'm with Halloween Daily News. And this is when we just geek out and talk all things Myers and all things Halloween franchise related and go over any news of the week. And there's not a ton this week, but I've got a few items to talk about. And I've got a fun throwback clip that we're going to watch. Another one from H4O. And we've got a couple alumni birthdays to talk about this week. And yeah, we're just going to geek out a little bit. And, of course, at the end, I will be sharing some tweets and posts from Instagram, some people having fun with the hashtag this week. So, thanks for being here, everybody. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Cheers to you guys. Ryan, thank you. Thank you, guys, for noticing the tea. Thank you. Yeah, I love this one. Yeah, the Jaws takeoff. I love it. I love it. There's Jake Blaster. What's up, man? Happy Michael Myers Monday. All right. Well, like I like to do most weeks, as notifications are going out, people are just kind of finding their way into tonight's live stream. Before I really get into any of the news and stuff, I'm just going to go over a couple in-stock items that we have in stock in our store right now. Still waiting on some new items like the new repainted version of the Young Myers clown mask, and of course the HK mask coming later this year, and a few other new items. But as far as this franchise, I haven't talked about this guy in a while, and I figured it's a little bit appropriate since we're talking about H Kills and the H Kills mask. This is the alternate version of the Halloween 2018 mask, and I'm talking, of course, about the Bloody Edition. Now, this is one of ours that we've got in stock here from Trick or Treat Studios. And there you can see it's a pretty good pull on this one. Pretty good paint job. And this is, depending on where you're looking, it was originally titled the Bloody Edition. And at one point, some sites list it as the Final Battle Mask. Of course, this is from the final climax of the movie, when he is in the moments right after Michael is shot by Karen, of course. And we do have these masks in stock. They're the same price as the regular 2018 mask. That is $60 plus shipping and handling. And like I like to do, if you order one of the masks that I'm featuring on here tonight within the next 24 hours, and you let me know that you watched this broadcast, you heard me say this, and you placed this order, then I'll throw in a little extra treat for you for being such a loyal supporter of HDN. So here we go. The Bloody Edition. And again, this particular one I'm holding, I think it looks really nice. This is one we had out on display upstairs, and yeah, we got some good pulls in that batch for sure. And a lot of people forget about that one. Not as popular as the 2018, but for the collector that's got to have all of them, the collection is officially not complete without the Bloody Edition, of course. And like I said, we do have the regular 2018s, the 78, and the Boogeyman 78 in stock right now as well. In just a minute, I'm going to be talking a little bit about some Halloween 3 news. And so I figured to get us in the Silver Shamrock mood a little bit, my other show and tell for this week's in stocks are the entire collection of officially licensed Halloween 3 Silver Shamrock Season of the Witch scare fresheners or fear fresheners. Again, they were originally called scare fresheners. Now they are called fear fresheners. They are air fresheners is what they are. And here's 2 of them. These are $4 each. And this is the TV pumpkin. I love that one. This is the Silver Shamrock logo. And both of these are vanilla scented. And a lot of people, I mean, they smell great. You know, they can literally be used. And a lot of people get them also just to have in their collection. And if you're a collector that needs every variation, which I totally get and understand, you're going to want, if you don't have them already, we've got all 3 of these Silver Shamrock masks. All 3 of the different masks. And what's unique about these that we have in stock at this moment is if you look closely, they are still labeled Scare Freshener, which is the original term Trick or Treat released them as. And then for some reason, they changed the name to Fear Freshener. But we've still got some of these with the original label. I don't think that, there you go. Now you can read it. And again, these are vanilla scented, and we've got all 3. The Skull, the Witch, and of course, the Jack-o'-lantern. Let's turn them up for you. All right. So again, that's just a couple items that we have in stock right now to go with some of the themes that we're talking about tonight. And you can find all of that stuff right now at HalloweenDailyNews.com/shop. Again, if you buy one of those bloodies, or actually if you buy any of our $60 full head masks between now and midnight tomorrow night, 11:59 p.m. on Tuesday, as long as you let me know before we ship it out that you watched this video, I will throw in a little extra surprise for you in that package. Let's see. I see Yukino is here. Mitchell Kindly in the house. Happy Michael Myers Monday. There's Sammy. Good to see all you guys. Chad says he needs more Michael Myers masks. Goals, yeah. Yukino's asking if the trailer comes out on a Monday, will we watch together? I'm saying whatever day the trailer comes out, Monday or not, I do plan to do a live discussion that night, basically a shot-by-shot discussion of the trailer, and I look forward to doing that with you guys. So if that's a Monday, then that'll work out really convenient for us, obviously. If it's not a Monday, then we're just going to announce it on social media and do it that day. As far as what time, it might be a 10:31 p.m. thing. That I'm definitely usually home by that time and can do things like this. If I've got other things going on during the day, it might be earlier in the day for that. We'll have to wait and see. But absolutely, we're going to watch that together about 1 million times. All right, Mitchell Kindly, $15 in the super chat. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Again, the super chat is enabled, and again, we, without those donations and the funds and purchases from our store, and we do have merch. We're going to have some new shirts coming up soon, but we do have our HDN shirts at our Teespring store. So, everybody, let's pause and salute the great Mitchell Kindly for his super chat contribution tonight. Thank you for getting us started on the right foot tonight, sir. Hope you've been having a good couple weeks. I know I haven't seen you on here the last couple weeks, so welcome back, Mitchell. Happy Michael Myers Monday, man. Yes, let's have a drink. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for all the support. Definitely. It means a lot. All right, so we've got a few things, a few little news items to discuss this week. And as we are, of course, still anxiously awaiting a poster, a trailer. Is it going to be this week? Is it going to be next week? Is it going to be the first week of July? Is it going to be mid-July? Who knows at this point? I'm still sticking by it could happen tomorrow. Any or all of the above. So we're just going to have to wait and see on that. What I do know is tomorrow is June 15th, which means we are exactly 4 months from the release of HK, which means tonight, 4 months from now, like right now, many of us will be watching the film at its Thursday night preview screenings. So we've got that to look forward to. We're officially within 4 months now, guys. It's pretty insane. Yes, everybody toast Mitchell. All right, one item I wanted to hit on real quick, and I mentioned this on Twitter that we were going to talk about it, and I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time to talk about it, but it goes along with something that a lot of you guys have commented on before. But in a recent interview in the last couple days, Dread Central published a preview of their new interview with Corey Feldman. Of course, we all know Corey Feldman from a million movies, everything Gremlins and Lost Boys. Excuse me. But so he did an interview, and they published a portion of it on Dread Central. And of course, that bit has a little bit to do with Michael Myers, and I'm going to explain in just a second. Let's pull this up over here, and I will show you what I'm talking about. Again, this is an interview with Corey Feldman, and the full interview has not been published yet, but Dread Central just a few days ago put up a portion of it with the headline that Corey Feldman wants to do Jason versus Michael Myers with Danielle Harris. Now, comments like this have been made before. I want to say Feldman might have even said it before himself, but this is very recent. This is this month, and let me see if I can pull that up for you guys. I'm sure some of you probably saw this already. There we go. So there's the interview, and this is basically just Feldman's pitch, more or less. And again, we've heard ideas like this thrown around. I don't know that he has. I think he's said things like this before, but basically he's pitching the idea of coming back as Tommy Jarvis. Of course, Corey Feldman played the original Tommy Jarvis in Friday the 13th 4, and his pitch would be to come back, and he calls it having the whole H2O vibe. And this is his words, and he says, where it would be me coming back, playing the original character for the first time as an adult, and the fight between Tommy and Jason. So do like Tommy versus Jason. But then he adds, or you could add another layer. This is Feldman speaking, quote, or you could add another layer to it, and you could bring Danielle Harris from Halloween, and she could reprise her role as an adult, and I could reprise my role as an adult. How cool would that be? Is that not the wet dream of every horror movie fan from the 80s? So, of course, I bring it here to you guys to get your feedback on, is that the, as Corey Feldman said, is that actually the wet dream of every horror movie fan from the 80s? I know a lot of you guys have commented before on wanting to see a Michael versus Jason, and you've asked me if I would want to see a Michael versus Jason. And without getting too off track, my response is typically more or less that I personally don't need to see Michael versus anybody. I kind of place Michael a little bit higher on the slasher spectrum than pretty much anybody else. But at the same time, I feel like it'll probably happen at some point down the road, just because that's the way these things happen in Hollywood. So, but this is an interesting idea, I mean, I've discussed a little bit before about, the idea. I think it was actually, I heard Sean Clark say it first on his YouTube channel one time. And I know other people have pitched similar ideas, but basically an idea for this franchise where they might ignore parts 5 and 6, but do a sequel to Halloween 4, similar to how they are ignoring all of the sequels currently and doing sequels directly to the original 78 film. In which case, Danielle, at her current age now, could, obviously reprise her role as Jamie Lloyd at what would be her current age now. And it would all be age appropriate. And you could even pick it up right after Halloween 4, where she's, go as far as to say that she's been in Smith's Grove all these years, and now she's about to break out, and it's about to go down, and it's Halloween, of course. But to tie in Tommy Jarvis, and Danielle Harris and Jamie Lloyd, and this would be, I think, an interesting way to go if they were to do a Jason versus Michael, because if you want to get down to, are they ever going to do Jason versus Michael? What would the pitch be? We've discussed some different ideas about how that could hypothetically go here on previous Monday nights. Again, I'll go ahead and say that I don't honestly, I don't think this exact idea of Feldman's is what's going to happen. It's just my opinion, but it is an interesting idea. It is cool hearing him mention Danielle, and that he would like to bring those back. Again, I have heard the similar pitches before, but this is, he's talking to Dread Central, one of the major websites right now, and putting this out there in the world. And that author seems to kind of says at the end, a fan needs to get on this ASAP, and I'm assuming he means like to do a Michael versus Jason fan film. You would almost call it, though, and again, I'm just kind of stream of thought thinking of this as I'm talking to you guys, but I could kind of see Michael versus Jason. Of course, they call it Jason versus Michael in the article. We know that Michael would get top billing, obviously. It'd be Michael versus Jason. But that aside, it would actually almost kind of be Tommy Jarvis versus Jamie Lloyd, or Jamie versus Tommy, or something like that, because you could really pick it up with Jamie as the new face of evil, and Tommy, he spent his life fighting Jason, and now he's got to actually fight against evil Jamie Lloyd. That's just my going left field with it. But let's hear what you guys think about any of those possibilities. Let me see. Ken says there's a new Gremlins movie coming. Okay, I didn't realize that. Chad says he'd watch it for sure. Loves Danielle. Yeah, I think we all love Danielle. And again, Feldman is an icon. I only met him very briefly one time at Mad Monster Party. We didn't have much interaction. I don't know him, but we're so familiar with his work, and of course Danielle, she is a horror royalty, and of course in this franchise, she's one of the most important performers in the history of this franchise. Yeah, Chad says he'll watch Danielle in anything, but agree Michael doesn't need Jason. Oh yeah, I totally. Again, my personal vote would be I don't ever need to see a Michael versus movie, but just knowing how things go, it'll probably happen at some point. If we're going to be honest, it'll probably happen, and of course I'll be first in line to watch it. And I do enjoy Freddy versus Jason. It's not my favorite Freddy or Jason movie, but it's not my least favorite of those franchises either. I enjoy it a lot, actually. Jake Blaster likes the idea of doing a present day sequel to Halloween 4, bringing back Danielle and Ellie Cornell as Rachel. Yeah, that would be. Yeah, that's kind of what I heard Sean suggest on his channel one night, and I like that idea. And again, I've said many times during these Monday nights that this franchise, I never say never about anything with this franchise. Not anymore, because prior to 2018, if you had said Jamie Lee Curtis is going to play Laurie Strode again, and Nick Castle is going to cameo as the Shape again, and not even to mention all the legacy characters and actors that they're bringing back for kills. But Yeah, I would say you're crazy. That would never happen. There's no way. So never say never for sure. So I can see that happening. Right, Corey says not a good idea because they both don't talk. It'll be a silent fight. You're right. Yeah, with Freddy versus Jason, you did have Freddy being able to talk smack and keep things moving. But I still feel my only gripe with Freddy versus Jason is, I enjoy it for what it is, but for me, it's a really cool Freddy movie with Jason kind of guest starring. I never felt that they truly kept Jason at like, you know, quite the level that Freddy was in that movie. Just my opinion, but it was a really good Freddy movie with Jason in it. Is how I've always kind of taken it. Let's see, what else do you guys think about this? Ryan says Hollywood would never pick it up, so maybe just a fan film. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it depends on where Hollywood's at in a few years after Halloween ends. Um, where horror's at. But again, if any franchise is going to do something like that, it would definitely be this one. Friday, I mean, they're in the middle of all their legal stuff right now, and so who knows when we're going to get another Jason film, a proper new Jason film that's not a fan film. Okay, Mitchell says Corey got into legal trouble in 2016. He's broke. Fan film already was done in 2019. The fan film with him and reprising Tommy, I didn't know about that. Yukino agrees that the fan films on YouTube are good, but not really sure a real movie would work out somehow. Heart is open always, anyways. Oh yeah, I mean I'd be open to whatever I'm a fan, of course, but at the end of the day, my personal feeling, yeah, we don't need a versus. We don't need to put Michael in that. He kind of stands above and beyond the others already in my book, and I think most of you guys agree. I mean, I love Jason, I love Freddy, I love all the slashers, but Michael is something special. All right, so I wanted to bring that up because that was in the news, and that's a recent interview from Dread Central. Creep says it would ruin the progress of the Halloween franchise. Freddy vs. Jason was a bad film. Leave it alone. Yeah, I mean, it would definitely be a one off of the franchise for both. Yeah, I don't think it would have much continuity with anything going on. Ryan hated Jason and Freddy versus Jason. He looked like Frankenstein. Yeah, yeah, they should have had Kane Hodder in that. Totally. Yeah, that definitely should have had Kane Hodder in that. I mean, it should have been Kane against Robert England. I mean, that was where it was at that point when it was originally greenlit, and that's what I think the real hardcore fans were looking for. Patrick says the Jason versus Michael fan video on YouTube is enough for me. Don't need a feature film of it. Yeah, I do remember seeing. I guess it's the same one you guys are talking about. I don't know. Mitchell agrees Trinkus will never allow it. Yeah, I don't see Malik allowing it either. And I agree with him there. I would not vote for that. Chad would love to see a sequel to H4 with Danielle. Yeah, I mean, just the sequel idea minus the Tommy Jarvis and Jason aspects uh, could be fascinating. And over on the Friday side, yeah, even minus Danielle and Myers, what Feldman's talking about bringing that back. But that makes a lot of sense that he's struggling financially and wants to get the franchise back going. Maybe he doesn't know that it's in all kind of legal limbo right now as far as who's got the copyrights, because I think we definitely would have had a Friday film in the last decade or so, because it's been a long time, and it will be the 13th there. But we're getting too much into Crystal Lake for tonight's discussion. Yeah, Malik won't touch it. Yeah, I agree with you, Mitchell. Yeah, Friday. yeah, who knows how those court findings are going to work out, and it kind of screwed over the game too. Uh, Ryan likes the Jason Brooks Jason fan films. I'll have to check them out. That's right. Enough with Freddy and Jason. Happy Michael Myers Monday. That's right. That's right, Ryan. Mitchell again with the $5 super chat. Thank you. You are too kind, sir. Thank you. Everybody, let's toast Mitchell again. Happy Michael Myers Monday. All right, I do have a bit of franchise stuff to talk about tonight, aside from the Feldman interview. First up, just a quick announcement that was made this week. Very exciting. I've been talking up the Scares That Care Charity Weekend Convention. It's happening July 30th through August 1st in Williamsburg, Virginia. That's about a 2-hour drive, 3-hour drive, I guess, from where we're at here in Colorado Hills. And we're going to be attending. We're going. PJ Souls has already been announced a few weeks ago. A bunch of other awesome people. And just this week, added to the lineup, the one and only Tom Atkins is now coming to Scares That Care Weekend number 7, the 2021 edition. So, again, you can add Tom to PJ Souls as far as representing this franchise at this year's Scares That Care. And there's a ton of other people also already announced, great guests. But very exciting to hopefully get to speak to Mr. Atkins again. We've encountered each other a couple times over the years. We met the first time again at Mad Monster Party. I think it was probably back in 2015 or maybe even 2014. And then we saw him again at Flashback Weekend a few years ago. And I want to say, the H4O. He was there, and we got to see him again. So, but yeah, we're gonna be there, and this goes along with what I've been talking about week after week with live events coming back. There have been some other announcements as far as some franchise people coming to some other conventions. I'm not going to list every single one of them every single week, mainly trying to hit on the stuff that we're going to be a part of and that we're going to be attending, and hopefully some of you guys that are in the area or can get there will be able to come out and we can connect in person, which will be weird for all of us because we've all been in a cave for the last year and a half. It feels like, well, it doesn't feel like it has been. So that's going to be exciting. And so now Tom Atkins and PJ Souls, two of absolutely not just two of the biggest people in this franchise, but two of the best people in this franchise because they're just icons and they're just awesome, cool guests. And I don't know. I kind of hope they put them in a panel together, even though I don't think they've ever done a film together, but I would love just to watch them interact with each other. I think that'd be fun. So, yeah, Tom's very nice. He's a great guy. That's gonna be fun. Yeah. Speaking of Tom Atkins and Halloween 3, the other news I wanted to talk about this week, which is more excitement about the possibility, the very real possibility that's looking more and more likely now that we are going to be seeing a Halloween 3 haunted house, haunted maze at Universal's Halloween Horror Nights this year. Now, if you were watching a few weeks ago, I mentioned this, and this info comes to us from a very a great site called HHN Nightmares. I suggest you follow them on Twitter. They're on Instagram. They have their own website. They are based in Orlando. They do a great job covering HHN, all things HHN on both coasts. And they've been following this really close, and every year they release these speculation maps. And it is they're using all of the info that they've got available to them and to the best of their knowledge, and it's updated a few times throughout the year. Now, so far, all that's been announced officially from Universal is that the Orlando park is doing Horror Nights and that they're going to have a Beetlejuice house. That's all that's really been announced so far officially. Hollywood, last I heard, they have not even officially announced that they're doing Horror Nights this year. I think it's a given that they are going to be doing it. But again, I'm expecting announcements to start coming out of there really soon. But in the meantime, just in the last few days since since our last live, uh, our friends at HHN Nightmares have released new updated speculation maps for the Orlando part this time. Now, first I'm going to show you the Hollywood part because this is an updated version, but it's not very different from what we talked about before. But the exciting part, the most exciting part, as far as this uh, franchise, is that it is still looking like it's going to be a Halloween 3 maze. And this was all but confirmed when we saw some fan photos that have been posted online that I've shared with you guys in past weeks. That people that have gone to the Hollywood Park and have seen this, excuse me, seen this construction going on and actually gotten pictures. One was of the Rose of Shannon Motel, and another photo that surfaced that we talked about a week or two ago is actually the Silver Shamrock logo. So again, all but confirming that that is being built. Now there's a tiny chance that it could be not a Halloween 3 exactly maze, but it's got a lot of Halloween 3 Easter eggs. But I I think it makes sense that this year it'll be Halloween 3. Universal has done Halloween 78, they've done Halloween 2, they've done Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. And I think the main reason they're not going to be doing Halloween 2018 or Halloween Kills this year is probably because, well, for one, this Halloween 3 stuff was probably in the works in the early stages for last year before everything got canceled. I'm just guessing on that. But also, I think you're going to see more of mazes incorporating the current mythology, the 2018 and Kills and Ends, probably starting next year or even the year after at Universal. Of course, they're going to want to do houses based on that at both parks. But I think they probably want to wrap up the current trilogy, or at least get as close to it as possible. So that's exciting. But the most exciting part is that now this most recent Orlando spec map, let me pull that one up. This is for the 30th anniversary year, which is what 2021 will be, of Halloween Horror Nights at the Orlando Universal Studios Park. And there you can see, according to this map, this most updated one, for the first time, there is a possibility that there might actually be a Halloween 3 haunted house in Orlando as well. Now, you'll see it's listed as Creepshow or Halloween 3. So it's kind of a 50-50 right now. At one point, the inside word was that it might be a Creepshow scare zone. Now it's looking like it might be a house. But if you'll look, there's a lot of room there for them to do a lot of different ideas, and there is going to be a scare zone that is listed according to this map for Shudder, and so that could easily incorporate some of the Creepshow stuff. That might be where some of that intel is coming from, that there might be some Creepshow type stuff involved in the Shudder scare zone, in which case that might be pushing towards more possible that it's going to be a Halloween 3 house. Again, I'm expecting these announcements to really kick into high gear here, because most years we've already had both parks announcing 2, 3, 4 maybe houses or mazes or scare zones by this point, by mid-June. Obviously, everything's on a warped schedule after last year, so that's why we haven't heard anything yet. But this is very exciting that Orlando might get its own Season of the Witch haunted house. And it would be a first. Like I said, they've done the franchise, and you can go on YouTube and watch the walkthroughs of some of the past years, and there were some really cool Silver Shamrock Easter eggs throughout those mazes and houses in past years. I loved that they did Halloween 4 at one point. I thought that was great. that they gave Halloween 4 some love like that. So very interested to see where this is going to go. And again, just today, Universal's HHN Twitter account posted just not any info, but just kind of teasing fans with how anxious they are for these announcements. Kind of like we're all anxious for a poster or a trailer from HK or for any of the marketing to really kick into high gear. This is just the way it is this year. Everything's kind of on this warped, delayed schedule, and everything's gonna be kind of truncated. I feel like, but I do feel like news, everything from like haunt news to movie news, all this is gonna like really start coming down like an avalanche here soon. So especially now that we are almost officially into summer, we're unofficially into it now. So but yeah, I think a Silver Shamrock thing would be fun. And just like they had Silver Shamrock Easter eggs in the other mazes, I have no doubt Michael will be featured in the Halloween 3 maze somewhere. He will, I speculated, wouldn't it be cool if he's like on TV and then somehow comes out of the, it's like a giant screen TV and there's the commercial, but then there he is coming at him somehow. Yeah, Chad remembers the pumpkin masks in the H4 maze and screens with the pumpkin blinking. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Yep. Yep. Hidden jump scares from a bunch of assassins. That's right. Yep. Mitchell, Halloween 3. Yep. Part of Universal. It makes perfect sense. Yep. What's up, Senor Creepy Pastero? What's up, man? I see talking about Funko Pops of Michael Myers. Yes. You can pre-order the new Pops coming out right now at HalloweenDailyNews.com. Just search for Funko, and we've got those articles. We've got those pre-order links in the articles, and they are affiliate links, so that helps support HDN and helps us keep the lights on around here as well. Couple birthdays. This not today, but just yesterday was Malcolm McDowell's birthday. Some of you might have seen some posts about that. Of course, Malcolm McDowell, only the second person so far to play Dr. Loomis. And I don't know how many of you know or remember, but I did actually get to interview Malcolm McDowell once upon a time in, when was the year? I guess it was back in 2016. Yeah. At, again, at Mad Monster Party. And he was very kind to give me a few minutes of his time. And he talked about taking over the role of Dr. Loomis and also the transformation of Dr. Loomis from Rob Zombie's first film to the second film. So I just wanted to quickly flash over to my 2016 interview with the great Malcolm McDowell. This was right after he had filmed 31, so we hadn't seen 31 yet, so he gave us a little preview of that. And then he had this to say. I asked him, what was your experience like playing Dr. Loomis? And Malcolm said, quote, well, it's a wonderful role, and of course to follow such an iconic actor as Donald. I asked Rob if he thought I should see the original Halloween, and he said, no, maybe after, so I never actually ever saw it. He continues, I thought it was a rather comedic sort of figure in a tragic sort of way. A doctor that's only had really one patient. Obviously, he's not a very good doctor, is he? He continues, quote, I played a completely different character in the second one because, well, first I said to Rob, look, I don't really want to play the same part again. But how about if I play him as a real nasty guy this time? And Rob went, I love it, and you're the only one that's profited from this tragedy with a book. That's perfect. And of course, that led to Asshole Loomis in H2. And then I mentioned that I actually love the scene when Linda's dad confronts Loomis at the book signing. And and it's part of that trauma that we talked about in that film. And Malcolm responded, "I do too." This is him speaking, quote. And then when Loomis realizes, he sees the thing in the hotel room, and he realizes basically what a jerk he's been, and there is some redemption. Then, of course, I don't know if he's really dead or not. In the world of Halloween, nobody's really dead. Even if their heart is skewered to a door, they're likely to come steaming back. So I thought that was a fun little quote from Malcolm McDowell. Again, depending on whether which version of the film that you watch, you might be more convinced how dead he is. But so there you go, a little bit about the transformation of Dr. Loomis and some of the thoughts behind that. What a great guy, what a great actor, what a great performer, what an iconic person, and that's a conversation for another night. But who, if they were to really bring back Loomis in a big way, who's out there that could take that over? Maybe even if it was a younger version, as we've talked about before, like a Bates Motel type young Loomis at the sanitarium type thing. Who could even do that? I don't know. Summit just got here a few minutes ago. What's up, man? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Thanks for being here. Ryan says he didn't do Loomis justice, made a joke of him. Yeah, a lot of people did not like how Loomis was treated in part 2. Interesting, though. I thought that was interesting that it was kind of, according to Malcolm at least, his idea to transform Loomis in that way. And of course, as he points out, he does have that redemption right at the end when he kind of realizes the mess he's made of everything. The other birthday. I did want to show you guys. There we are. Very nice man. Awesome photo. That's one of the professional photo ops that Mad Monster does at all their conventions. That's my wife Sue and myself with the legend himself. Chad says, I like Malcolm but love Donald. Yeah. Well, nobody will ever beat Donald, of course. I mean, no way. Another birthday is tomorrow. June 15th is actually Rick Rosenthal's birthday. And Rick, of course, directed Halloween 2 and Halloween Resurrection. And Rick is another one that we had the pleasure of meeting when we were out in California for the H4O 40 Years of Terror Halloween franchise reunion event. It was the largest gathering of franchise alumni ever assembled. And not even just the actors. I mean, they had many of the directors, not just Rick, but many of the directors from the films were there. Steve Miner was there. I mean, they had, Malick was just mingling around. He wasn't signing, of course, but it was great. It was magical. I know many of you guys were there, and remember that. Someone's asking if I've seen the 80s horror film The Stepfather. Just saw it recently. Pretty great movie, in my opinion. Yes, I don't want to get off the subject right now, but yes, I actually love The Stepfather. Love it. Great movie. Classic. Love it. Terry O'Quinn's performance as the stepfather. It's great. And I really like the sequel, too. The Stepfather 2. Also really great. Patrick says today is Will Patton and Daryl Sabara's birthdays. Wow, I didn't realize that. Okay. Excellent. Byron says if he doesn't write too much, it's because he's changing his phone. But still watching. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you're here, man. Okay, so tomorrow is Rick Rosenthal's birthday. I didn't know today was Will Patton's, though. Great. Well, happy birthday to him. Unfortunately, I don't have a clip with him, or a photo with him, or even a phone interview that I can share with him. Maybe one day, though. But that is very interesting. I did not realize today is his birthday. And Daryl Sabara. Now, who did he play, Patrick? I'm not recognizing that name. Yeah, let me know who Daryl is. But tomorrow is Rick Rosenthal's birthday, and I do have a clip of Rick talking about Halloween 2. And this is kind of like I did last week. It's actually a couple clips from the Halloween 2 panel, and I just pulled out some of the highlights of when Rick was talking about his involvement and working on the film, including right at the end, we're just talking about the great Donald Pleasence. Well, you'll see right at the end of this clip is just a bit of Rick Rosenthal talking about working with Donald Pleasence. Now, this full H2 panel, it's not the full panel, but our full coverage of it, our longer video, the 20-some minute version, you can find elsewhere on this channel, and I will put the link down below in the description after I'm done here. But what I'm going to do right now is we're going to play this clip, and I'm going to listen along with you guys. Again, this is from H4O, 40 Years of Terror. And this is about 7 minutes or so. And I'm just going to take a little breather, have a drink, catch my breath. I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to be right here in the chat with you guys. And, okay, Patrick says Daryl is the bully from Rob Zombie's H1 that Dade killed first. He was also in Spy Kids. Gotcha. Okay. Thank you for pointing that out. Yes, I know exactly who you mean. I was blanking on his name. Okay, I gotcha. So yeah, we've got a lot of alumni birthdays today and this week. Then, great. So happy birthday to Daryl and to Will Patton. Awesome alumni. And yeah, Dade's first kill. That's one of my favorites. Awesome. So happy Michael Myers Monday birthday, guys. All right, so here we go. This is Rick Rosenthal talking H2 from the 2018 40 Years of Terror event. It's about 7 minutes long, then I'll come back on and we'll talk some more. All right, guys, here we go. Let's check it out. Well, I don't know why that's not playing. Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go.
So Halloween 2 was my first film as a director, and I was both wet behind the ears and filled with piss and vinegar, and thought I knew a lot and knew some and didn't know everything. And people think that Nancy Stevens and I met on Halloween 2, but actually we had been together way before then. So that's just a little small fact. It's interesting because as difficult as it is for your first film, I think I had the presence of mind to surround myself with actors that I knew would come through, because we had all studied together, and not all of us, but a big core of us had all worked together before, and it made my life so much easier because there was such easy communication. And what's interesting is I think that not only does the film have a longevity as witnessed by all of your being here, but we all still, as actors, we're still in touch, and there's a camaraderie that develops on any film to a degree, but this group of actors has been extraordinary in keeping in touch, and it's gone into the next generation. as well as the film, which is a film experience, there's also the human experience, and this was a really incredible human experience. I had Jimmy waking up in the ambulance at the end, and I can't really remember what, but somewhere, there were a lot of crooks actually on this film. There was John and Deborah, and then there was Mustafa Akkad, and then there was Dino De Laurentiis, and then there was Universal. Dino came to the cutting room early on, and he said, "Oh, Rick is so slow. I want to take out that scene with the apple and the razor blades." I said, "Well, Dino, I'm not sure who has final cut here, but I can tell you that John and Deborah loved that scene." And I left it at that, and in the end, that scene stayed in. But that was a good example of the politics that end up pretty much on any film, unless you have absolute final cut. So there is a version. I think Leo and I did commentary on Blu-ray a couple of years ago, and as I recall, the ending is the ending with Jimmy waking up, or a version of it. It's not quite the one I shot, but it's pretty close. And I like that because I had always felt that sort of my last kind of scare and then the reveal was really kind of fun. But you can only make your case, and then at some point somebody decides either they like that or they don't, and for whatever reason, Universal or Mustafa or I think John and Deborah liked that ending. I can't really remember, but somewhere somebody just felt like the movie's over and that it should just be over, and that's the version that was released. And then later on, there are a couple other scenes. Pam was talking about a scene that I love that it's never made it back. I have no idea where that footage is, but there was a scene where when she's by herself at the nurse's station, and Michael Myers walks into the children's wing, the nursery actually, and there's a wind-up, a mechanical, I think it was a gorilla, and he bumps the table, and the gorilla starts clapping the cymbals, and it was really scary. And he disappears in the closet, and she hears the sound down the hallway, and there's no lights. She goes down the hallway, and she comes to the door, and she looks in, and everything's quiet, the kids are quiet, but they're in the middle of the room on this table is this stuffed animal, this mechanical animal. And then we see from Michael Myers' point of view through the slats in the closet as she comes toward the table, and you're just waiting for him to jump out, and comes toward the table, and she turns off the mechanical gorilla, and the sound stops, and it's quiet for a second, and you're like, oh my God. She turns and walks away, and everybody goes, and it didn't make the cut. And I was disappointed in that because I thought, here's a different scene from what you're expecting. It sort of plays with your expectations, and it also keeps you off balance because up until then, every time we saw Michael Myers, somebody died, here was an interesting situation. What did it mean that he didn't kill somebody? Was it because of the children? Was it because, it had a lot going on, I thought. But it's just one of those things that doesn't always make the cut. And then, unfortunately, that's the one scene when, we were able to put stuff back. That scene, that scene is gone. So it's too bad because I really love that scene. But it happens. I honestly was pretty nervous when I first started working with him because, it was my first film, and he was so experienced. And he was so easy to work with. There was very little communication needed. You didn't need to really direct him very much. And he made very subtle adjustments each time. And I was surprised how sort of easy to work with he was. He just seemed not to need. He wasn't needy at all as an actor. And the image that's so interesting to me is in the kind of final scene with him. I just thought he brought so much into that hospital room from the time he's stabbed and the way he falls backwards against
that is the great Rick Rosenthal. And there we are from a few hours later that same day in South Pasadena at the 40 Years of Terror event. He was very nice and generous with his time, and hope to get to talk to him again. And I'd love to interview his wife, Nancy Stevens, obviously, as well. There's Matt Vandervoort saying didn't realize what day it was. Didn't realize it was Monday, Michael Myers Monday. All right, so there we go. Happy birthday. Happy early birthday. It's technically tomorrow, June 15th. But yeah, happy birthday to Rick Rosenthal. One of the few men on the planet to direct more than one Halloween movie. I mean, one of the few men to direct one Halloween movie, much less multiple. That was a great time at 40 Years of Terror. So what did you guys think of that clip? Little deleted scene there. He was talking about the toy monkey, I think. You know, very similar to what's in The Conjuring and Annabelle Creation, if you saw that. Monkey shines as well, you know. And of course, a little bit working with the great Donald Pleasence. I love how everybody from Carpenter to on down was basically nervous as could be around such an esteemed talent as Donald was. Jake says, cool clip. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Devontae, what's up? Thanks, Ryan. I appreciate that. Patrick's asking if there's any Halloween 2 merch coming out to celebrate this year's 40th anniversary of the film. Yes, there has been some merch already released. Some of it was through Gutter Garbs, and they do like these timed release things. I'm sure they're going to do more though, and who knows what else might come. I was thinking maybe NECA might do some more Halloween 2 stuff. They've done a lot though. We, for our part in our store, celebrating the 40th anniversary, we've got actually still got one of these Halloween 2 keychains, and we've got a bunch of the let me grab this, a bunch of the Halloween 2 reaction figures, and we're getting the matching Laurie Strode figure as well. So that's a bit of how we're celebrating Halloween 2 in our own store with some merch. But I do think there's going to be some more coming. Very possibly some stuff from NECA even. Is somebody posting spoilers? Let's see here. Yeah, we don't want any spoilers. Yeah. I think we're gonna just hide that for now. Yeah, we don't want any spoiler content on here. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. But yeah, obviously, you know, guys, I mean, you know, spoiler stuff is going to leak out, but yeah, we're not trying to get into that territory here. I want to go into the movie as fresh as possible. Now we know, you know, yeah, trailers and stuff. By the time October 15th rolls around, we're gonna see a lot of the movie, some arguably spoilery stuff. But yeah, we don't need to have that discussed in the live chat on a night like this. Let's see. Let's go over now to tonight's Triple M tweets and posts from Instagram, shall we? And again, we do this pretty regular. And this is when, I've talked about it many times. We started the hashtag Michael Myers Monday. I started it in 2013 to make Mondays a little less sucky and a little more killer, and just to have a hashtag to celebrate Michael Myers, and why not do it on Monday? And it's just turned into this thing, and everybody participates and makes it their own thing. And sometimes it's about being Michael and attacking Monday like Michael would attack one of his victims. Sometimes it's feeling like Monday is attacking you the way Michael attacks, and everything in between. People use it to show off their collections and their cosplay and their masks and their art and their ink and and just their fandom. So here's just a couple random tweets and posts that I pulled off of Twitter and Instagram today. We're starting on Twitter with Jamie. This is at theshape03, and it's just a motto that I kind of live by. It's always Halloween. Hashtag Michael Myers Monday. And I just love this this meme. Sometimes I wonder what goes on in that head of yours. And I think you guys can relate. I think your brains are all pretty much like this, because I know mine is. You can see he's got the HMH and Laurie Strode, the Blackest Eyes, shot him 6 times. Michael Myers, Jamie Lloyd's in there, Loomis, The Shape, Brackett, Rachel Carruthers, Lamson's in there. Hey Lonnie, get your ass away from there. Phelps Garage, Tommy Doyle, Smith Grove. You don't know what death is. Can't kill the boogeyman. Yeah, it's all in there. Love that. Also from Twitter, this is from Blood Guts Cocktails. Happy Michael Myers Monday. And not sure if this is their artwork or not. I don't know where the artwork comes from, but it's pretty great. I thought that was pretty damn cool. So thanks to Blood Guts Cocktails. And this one, speaking of, again, of Halloween 2 and the nurses of Halloween 2. Now, I'm always talking to you guys about the Halloween verse. And these are these parody accounts that are throughout Twitter. And they're all over the place. And every character is represented. And this one today, they've all been knocking it out of the park every week. And I appreciate them for retweeting us and sharing our boosting our broadcast signal. And this one comes from Nurse Janet, of course, played by Anna Alicia in H2. And she's responding to Linda, another one of my favorite accounts in the Halloween verse. And Nurse Janet, who is at Janet HMH78, says, at Totally Linda V, wishes she could be me. Totally. Hashtag Michael Myers Monday. And yeah, because Linda is constantly showing off her Michael Myers Monday photos, and so Janet wants to get in on the action. A great shot of Anna Alicia from her modeling days. And you might have seen her in that panel that we just looked at with up on stage with Rick Rosenthal. Maybe we'll have a clip from her next week, or I'll see when her birthday is. But so I thought that was great. So again, huge shout out to the Halloween verse. Follow them. Follow the Halloween verse account itself. Follow the hashtag Halloween verse, and follow all these accounts. Every character you can think of. I mean, characters like Bucky from H4 and Deputy Hunt from H2. I mean, they're just all of them. They're so good and hilarious, and they are great participants and supporters of Michael Myers Monday. So follow them, share their stuff. They're doing great work. And Jake Blaster's in here. I know he hosts the Road to Kills, and they are doing a series of watch parties on Twitter, and the Halloween verse is participating in that. Their next one's coming up in just a few days, I believe. They're doing Halloween 4 next. So you guys want to all be participating in that on Twitter. Jake Blaster's here in the chat, I know. And make sure you follow them on Twitter and all these cats on the Halloween verse hashtag. Moving on over to Instagram now. This is a great shot. It comes from the Horror Freak TV. Just a simple Happy Michael Myers Monday, but I mean, I thought that photo looks really good, really great mask, really great warlock looking H2. Great photo. Up next, also from Instagram, this is from Pumpkin Eater 78. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Can't wait for fall. This heat is getting old already. And I can agree. I am ready for fall, and I know you guys are too. And this one I shared this week again because just a great photo. Great photo. Great mask. Great lighting. Great job, Pumpkin Eater 78. Love this shot. And another one from Instagram. This is East Coast Myers. And he says, my response when people keep asking me if I know when the Halloween Kills trailer is dropping. And that's, he says, notes that that's a mask rehaul by Seven Sins Studios. Yeah, nobody knows for sure when it's dropping. You can see some of the comments. July 9th is their answer. I don't know that that's factual, or I think everybody's just kind of guessing, taking educated guesses at this point, to be honest. But I do think sometime within the next 2 weeks is very likely. But again, great mask, great lighting, great photo, and hilarious pose. Because that's kind of the way I feel when people keep asking me. And one more from Instagram for Michael Myers Monday. Once again, the great Tyler Main dropping in using the hashtag. And apparently today is also National Bourbon Day, so imagine that. And Tyler says, Happy Michael Myers Monday and National Bourbon Day. And asks, what's your favorite bourbon? And it looks like Tyler's favorite is Buffalo Trace. He says that's great. So I guess that's a good question I could ask you guys. I didn't know it was National Bourbon Day until Tyler posted that. But what is your favorite bourbon? I guess I should just be asking, what is your drink of choice for these Michael Myers Monday viewing parties? It doesn't have to be alcoholic at all. You know, that's if it's, you know, chocolate milk or your favorite soda or whatever, that's cool too. But I just hope you're enjoying yourself and having a nice, your favorite beverage, whatever that may be, during these events. All right, so that covers this week's posts and tweets from some of you guys out there. All right, so that's pretty much what I got for this week. It is almost midnight, which means it is almost June 15th. Like I said, that means we are officially on the calendar inside 4 months from the release of Halloween Kills. You know, I mean, it wasn't too long ago. It was just a few months ago. Everybody was so, oh man, is it going to get delayed? Is it going to, you know? And I don't think it's going to get delayed. It's looking like, you know, so that's pretty exciting, guys. I mean, a 4 month wait. I know it seems like we've been waiting forever. It was supposed to come out last year. We have been waiting forever since then, and it was almost, when was it? It was like mid-July when they announced the delay last year. So it's been almost a year that we've been, well, waiting a year for. so so the countdown continues to Halloween Kills, and like I said, whenever we get a poster, we might do an impromptu live broadcast that day. If that drops, uh, certainly whenever the trailer does drop, I plan to do a live that day or that evening. It'd be awfully convenient of Universal to drop it on a Monday, but we'll see. And yeah, I'm looking at doing a live episode of the Halloween show, our Friday show, where it's all things Halloween, not just this franchise. Um, Probably maybe the Friday before July 4th. I don't know. That seems like that might be a good week for some news, be it franchise news or otherwise. It's going to be an exciting time. Um, and it's going to be kicking off another month, and it will be about 6 weeks or so since our first live episode of the Halloween show. So again, that's not set in stone, but that's kind of the day it's looking like, as things are shaping up together, and that'll be about right. So all right, Ken is getting out, getting tired. I hear you, brother. Yep, I think we're about to wrap it up anyway. Thank you for being here, Ken. Happy Michael Myers Monday, man. Yeah, yeah. Jake says that the Halloween 4 watch party is Wednesday night, this Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. So, yeah, you guys, we should all join in on that. And take some lessons from these guys, and schedule maybe some other watch parties coming up. But Jake, they're doing some great stuff and some fun stuff, and they've got a whole schedule leading right up to HK. So you guys support them, and I appreciate Jake Blaster being here and supporting us as well. So yeah, you're welcome for the shout out, and thanks for being here, man. And again, to all the Halloween verse accounts watching, again, I say it every week, but I love what you guys are doing, and so keep it up. I'm enjoying it. I think we all are. Um, Brian Corin says we have 10 minutes. Yep, 10 minutes, and then it's officially not Michael Myers Monday, but that's only here on the East Coast, and it doesn't really matter. But Ryan says you're right, and in a blink of an eye, kills will be behind us, and we'll be waiting for ends. You're absolutely right, and that's why, as much as it seems like we've been waiting forever, and it's like, is the trailer ever going to get here? I've said it other weeks on here. I'm going to say it again this week. We need to enjoy this anticipation a little bit, guys. It's like somebody made a meme the other week and about, let's just take a minute and celebrate the fact that we've got a new Halloween movie coming out this year, a new Michael Myers movie, and another one next year. I mean, this is rare times. I mean, there were a lot of years after H2 and 09 before 2018. I mean, there's been a lot of, this is a great time to be a fan. So this anticipation we're all feeling, enjoy it. Enjoy it. Let it wash over you, treasure it, because it's like Ryan just said, it's going to be here before we know it. It's going to be behind us before we know it. We're going to be doing all this for the whole next year, counting down till ends, and then the 4K release of ends, and then the deleted scenes, and the trilogy box set, etc., etc. We'll be here for all of it, no matter what. And then hopefully, there's going to be a 45 years of terror event at some point, and then I feel like that's going to be a really great gathering for you guys and us and all of us to come together as a community in a couple of years, hopefully. All right, guys. That's what I got for this week. behind us, but play 1,000 times. Yeah, yeah, we'll be playing it 1,000 times. I agree, Matt. Yeah, I think I've already watched 2018 a ton of close to 1,000 times. Uh, Probably more times than anybody that worked on it. But all right, guys, that's our show. It's almost midnight. I got to get out of here. Let me close out with this though. This glorious shot right here. He's coming, guys. He's coming. And once that marketing starts, I mean, like I said, it is going to be like an avalanche, just gaining speed and pummeling everything in its way until October. And then when Blumfest happens on October 1st, yeah, this will be their crown jewel during that event. And all of that is now officially less than 4 months away. So, again, happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. Um, I see some of you are looking forward to H45 as well. Awesome, awesome. Very cool, very cool. Well, again, I want to thank all you guys for tuning in tonight and for participating in the live chat. You know, this wouldn't be possible without you, and it just makes my week every single time seeing you guys here and interacting with you guys. And hopefully you enjoyed some of what we discussed, and hopefully you heard a bit of news that maybe you didn't know about. And again, you can find out more about all these things, including the videos and photos from any of these events that I talk about where we were at our main site, HalloweenDailyNews.com, and also elsewhere on this channel in many cases. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, I'll ask you to go ahead and subscribe. And if you are subscribed and you haven't turned on your notifications, I'm going to ask you to please turn on your notifications so that you don't miss anything, because I do plan to do other live events that aren't necessarily at 10:31 p.m. on Monday night, especially as we get closer to Halloween and there's more news with this franchise, more news just in general with other Halloween stories that we're covering through HDN. And sometimes we're going to want to get on here and just interact. And hopefully all of you guys will be along for all of that. Because again, I couldn't do it without you. So I need you there. I need you there. And New Blood as well. So hit the share button. Let your friends know that are into this stuff, where we're at, where it's at, because it's at here. Monday nights, 10:31 p.m. Michael Myers Monday. And yeah, right now the plan is we'll do it again on Monday. We'll have another Halloween show this Friday. And probably 2 weeks from this Friday will be the next live Halloween show. And follow us on social media. We're all on all the social medias, including the Slasher app. I want to give them another shout out. If you're not on the Slasher app, you should be. You need to be. They're awesome. And it's an app made for us. So, I'm going to get out of here, actually before midnight this time, I think. Again, thank you, everybody, for being here. And, you guys, I think you guys want to hear it. You want to hear some corn? Some corn? We're 4 months to go. It's almost HK time. Are you ready? Maybe we can all meet up at a corn concert sometime too, somewhere. Maybe there'll be a corn concert near where the H45 45 years of Terrorman's happening in a couple of years. Who knows? All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Once again, thank you all for being here. This is to you. Happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. Right on time. All right, guys. I'm Matt Arts for Halloween Daily News. Thank you all for watching. Happy Michael Myers Monday.